Hello.
Hello.
Sir, am I audible
Sir,
to
am I
you?
audible to you?
Yes, yes.
Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning, everyone.
Present over here.
Present over here.
Respected Father
Respected
Principal,
Father Principal,
respected
respected
keynote speaker of the
keynote
day,
speaker of the day,
my dear colleague,
my dear
and my
colleague,
dear
and my
student
dear
friends.
student friends.
Today, the
Today,
Department of
the
History
Department of History is
organized a special
organized a
lecture
special lecture
on
on
why
why
Gandhi
was
killed,
Gandhi killed,
or
or
why Gandhi
why
was
Gandhi was
assassinated.
assassinated.
The topic is
The topic
very
is very
debated
debated
since long the death of
since long the
Mahatma
death of
Gandhi
Mahatma Gandhi
in the
in
political
the
world
political
as
world
well as in the
as well
academics
as
too.
in the academics too.
Today we are going to
Today we are going to
witness a
witness
special lecture
a special
on that
lecture
hot
on
and
that
debated
hot
issue.
and debated issue.
Mahatma Gandhi,
Mahatma Gandhi,
who throughout his
who
life
throughout his life
fought for
fought
the
for the
establishment of his
establishment of
some
his
basic
some
principles
basic
for
principles
non-violence.
for non-violence.
Through his
Through
non-violence
his non-violence
politics, he brought
politics, he
independence
brought
for us.
independence for us.
But the tragic
But
end,
the tragic end,
he always
he
fought
always
against
fought
the violence
against the
violence means.
violence
But
means.
still,
But
at the
still,
end of his
at the
life,
end of his
he
life,
was the victim
he
of
was the
that
victim
violence.
of that violence.
Mahatma Gandhi,
Mahatma Gandhi,
who was
who was
acclaimed and
acclaimed
a
and
revered
a revered
mass leader who
mass leader who
organized
organized
all section of the
all section of the
people in a
people
single
in a
thread.
single thread.
At the end of his
At the
life,
end of his life,
he was
he
discarded
was
by his own
discarded
people.
by his own people.
As we know that
As we know
every
that
year,
every year,
January 30
January
is
30
celebrated,
is
or
celebrated, or
the day was
the day was
observed as Martyrs
observed
Day.
as Martyrs' Day.
This year,
This year,
the day is
the day is
observed as
observed as
Martyrs Day,
Martyrs'
which is
Day,
the
which is the
75th death
75th
anniversary of
death
Mahatma
anniversary of
Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi.
On that day,
On that
we
day,
thought to
we
organize
thought to
our special
organize
lecture,
our
but
special
due
lecture,
to
but
some
due to some
unavoidable
unavoidable
circumstances, we were
circumstances,
not able
we
to
were not able to
organize that
organize that
lecture.
lecture.
But today we are
But today
going
we
to
are going to
witness that
witness
lecture.
that lecture.
Mahatma Gandhi,
Mahatma Gandhi,
who fought
who fought
for our independence,
for our
who
independence,
was killed
who was
by
killed
an
by an
extremist young man
extremist
called
young man
Nathuram
called
Godse
Nathuram
on
Godse on
January 30,
January 30,
1948, while he
1948,
was
while he
coming from
was
his
coming
evening
from
prayer
his
in
evening
New
prayer
Delhi Birla
in New
House.
Delhi Birla House.
While
While
killing Mahatma Gandhi,
killing Mahatma
before
Gandhi,
killing Mahatma
before
Gandhi,
killing Mahatma Gandhi,
Godse
Godse
bowed to Mahatma
bowed
Gandhi.
to
He
Mahatma
touched
Gandhi.
the
He
feet
touched
of Mahatma
the
Gandhi,
feet of Mahatma
and then
Gandhi, and
he
then
killed Mahatma
he
Gandhi.
killed Mahatma
He
Gandhi.
fired
He
thrice
fired
in the chest
thrice
of
in
Mahatma
the
Gandhi.
chest of Mahatma Gandhi.
But
But
after the demise
after
of
the
Mahatma
demise
Gandhi,
of Mahatma
it
Gandhi,
became a
it
hot
became
and
a
debatable
hot
issue
and debatable issue
because
because
while
while
killing Mahatma
killing
Gandhi
Mahatma Gandhi
and after killing
and
Mahatma
after
Gandhi,
killing Mahatma
the
Gandhi,
Godse never
the
tried
Godse
to
never
hide
tried
himself.
to hide
He
himself.
surrendered
He
himself,
surrendered himself,
and while
and
tried
while
in the
tried
court,
in the
he
court,
repeatedly
he
saying that
repeatedly saying that
he repeatedly
he
saying that
repeatedly saying that
what I have done,
what I have done,
I am not regret
I
for
am
that.
not regret for that.
And for that,
And for
this
that,
issue become
this
a very
issue
hot
become a
and
very hot
debatable
and
issue.
debatable issue.
Moreover,
Moreover,
the justification
the
given by
justification given by
Godse
Godse
was very
was
much
very much
fascinating in the political
fascinating
world.
in the
And
political
now
world.
you can see
And
in
now
different
you
parts
can
of the
see in
country,
different parts of the
Godse
country,
is
Godse
worshipped.
is worshipped.
Perhaps there are
Perhaps
many
there are
leaders
many
across the
leaders
globe
across the
who
globe who
faced similar kind of
similar kind of
criticism and similar
criticism
kind of
and
fate.
similar
For
kind of
example,
fate. For
Mahatma
example,
Gandhi from our
Mahatma
side,
Gandhi from our
but
side,
in
but in
different parts of the world,
different parts of the
like
world,
Martin Luther
like
King,
Martin Luther King,
like
like
Abraham Lincoln,
Abraham
Socrates,
Lincoln,
and
Socrates,
many more
and many
people
more
who devoted
people who
for the
devoted
sake of
for
humanity,
the sake of
for the sake
humanity,
of
for the
humankind,
sake of
face
humankind,
similar kind of
face similar
tragic
kind
end.
of tragic end.
On that
On
occasion,
that
I welcome
occasion,
my
I
sir,
welcome my
Dr.
sir,
Nishikant Kolge,
Dr. Nishikant
from
Kolge,
my
from
own personal
my
side as
own
well as
personal
from the
side as well as from
department
the
side,
department side,
for that
for
special lecture.
that special lecture.
Though the lecture
Though
was
the
organized
lecture
to
was
commemorate
organized
the
to commemorate
Martyrs'
the
Day,
Martyrs' Day,
but
but still
we are
we are
stick to that point that
stick to that point
we are
that we
owing
are
to Mahatma
owing to
Gandhi's,
Mahatma
who
Gandhi's,
devoted his entire
who
life
devoted his
for the
entire
sake
life
of our
for the
country.
sake of our
We
country.
are indebted to our
We are
father of
indebted
nation,
to our father of
and
nation,
on occasion
and
of
on
Martyrs'
occasion
Day,
of Martyrs' Day,
we are
we
going
are
to
going to
organize
uh,
that
organize
lecture.
that
Thank you
lecture.
to everyone.
Thank you to everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your
Thank you,
informative
sir, for your
words.
informative words.
Continuing with our program,
Continuing with our
I
program,
would humbly
I would
request
humbly request
our honorable
our
principal,
honorable
Dr. Father
principal,
Benny K.
Dr. Father
John,
Benny K.
CSC,
John,
deliver the
CSC, to
welcome
deliver the
address.
welcome address.
Respected Dr. Nishikant, members of the Department of session. It's my privilege and honor on behalf of our college here, all of us here. Welcome all of you warmly to this session, especially Dr. Nishikant for your goodwill and time to share your study, your expertise on this topic. Gandhiji, as a father of our nation, has caught attention, or we are all fascinated by his personality. So also people all over the world. And from my school days also, I have read whatever I could catch hold of about Gandhiji. Yet a topic like why was Gandhi assassinated? That is a good perspective from an expert's point of view. We look forward to Dr. Nishikant to enlighten us. And on my part, we express our gratitude and thanks to you, sir, for your time, for being with us. And without delaying, I once again warmly welcome all of you and look forward myself to be enlightened. Have a good time and good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Father,
Thank
for
you
your
so much,
words.
Father, for your
Now,
words. Now,
I would request
I would
Assistant
request
HOD of
Assistant
Department
HOD
of
of the
History,
Department of
Holy Cross
History,
College,
Holy Cross College,
Agatala, Ms.
Agatala,
Sushmita
Ms.
Banerjee, to
Sushmita
introduce our
Banerjee, to
honorable
introduce
guest
our
and today's
honorable
speaker.
guest and today's speaker.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, they have given me
Sir,
the
they have given
Morning.
me the
responsibility to introduce you,
responsibility to introduce you,
and I don't know
and
how much I
I
will be
don't know how
successful
much
into
I will
that,
be
but I will
successful
try
into
my
that, but
best to
my
do that.
best to do that.
So, good morning,
So,
everyone. Good
good morning,
morning,
everyone.
respected
Good
Father
morning,
Principal,
principal,
and good morning, HOD
and good
sir,
morning,
and
HOD
my other
sir,
colleagues of the
and my other
department
colleagues of the
and my students.
department and my students.
So, words are
So,
really not
words are
worthy
really
to
not
describe
worthy
Dr.
to
Nishikant
describe
Kolge
Dr.
actually.
Nishikant Kolge actually.
You have to live with
And
this
you have to live
person
with
to
this person
actually
to
understand him, who
actually
is he.
understand him, who is
And
he.
I have
And I
that
have that
fortune to be with him for
fortune
like
to be with him for
more
like
than 5 to 6 years.
5 to 6 years.
So, sir is
So,
the
sir is the
epitome or the living
epitome or the
example of
living
Vidya Dadati
example of
Vinaya. That
Vidya
means
Dadati
education
Vinaya.
give you
That means
make you
education
humble.
make you humble.
So, not so
So,
brief CV
not
of
so brief
Dr.
CV
Nishikant
of Dr.
Kolge
Nishikant Kolge
is Dr.
is
Nishikant Kolge
Dr.
is
Nishikant
currently
Kolge
an
is
associate
currently
professor
an
at
associate
Center for the
professor at
Study of
Center for the
Developing
Study of
Societies,
Developing
which is
Societies, which is
CSDS, Delhi,
CSDS, Delhi,
recognized as one of
recognized
the
as one
leading
of the leading
intellectual institutions of the
intellectual
Global South.
institutions of the Global
Dr.
South.
Kolge earlier
Dr.
has
Kolge
served as
earlier
an
has
assistant
served as an
professor in
assistant
the
professor
Department of
in the
History
Department of
and the
History
coordinator
and the
of
coordinator
from the Department of
from the Department of
Humanities and Social
Humanities and
Sciences,
Social
Tripura
Sciences,
University,
Tripura
for
University,
8 years, and
for
he was
8
also the
years, and he was
coordinator
also the
of
coordinator
Center for
of
Gandhian
Center for
Studies, Tripura
Gandhian Studies,
University.
Tripura University.
He holds a
He
PhD in
holds a
history
PhD in history
from the Department of
from the
Humanities and
Department of
Social
Humanities and
Sciences,
Social
IIT
Sciences,
Madras.
IIT
He's the
Madras.
author
He's
of
the
Gandhi
author
Against Caste,
of Gandhi
published by
Against
Oxford
Caste,
University
published by
Press in
Oxford University Press in
2017.
2017.
His
His
articles have
articles
appeared
have
in leading
appeared in leading
international and national
international and
journals
national
such
journals
as American
such as
Philosophical
American Philosophical
Association,
Association,
Gandhi Mark,
Gandhi Mark,
Dialogue Quarterly, Journal of Contemporary Thought, Journal of Dharma
Journal of
Studies,
Dharma
which is from
Studies, which is
Springer,
from Springer,
Social Change and
Social Change
Development,
and
and
Development,
Economic
and
and Political
Economic and
Weekly.
Political Weekly.
Dr. Kolge
Dr.
is a
Kolge is a
bilingual
bilingual
scholar and has
scholar and
published his
has
research
published
articles
his
in
research
very
articles
renowned
in
Hindi
very
journals
renowned
such
Hindi
as
journals
Bharatiya
such
Samaj
as
Shastra
Bharatiya Samaj
Samiksha, which is
Shastra
from Sage,
Samiksha, which is from Sage,
Pratiman, Vagarth,
Pratiman,
Bharatiya
Vagarth,
Bhasha Vidyar,
Bharatiya Bhasha
Bhasha
Vidyar,
Parishad
Bhasha
Kolkata,
Parishad
and
Kolkata,
Tadbhav.
and Tadbhav.
Sir has also
Sir has also
contributed chapters
contributed
in many
chapters
books
in many books
published by
published by
international
international
publishers like
publishers
Oxford
like
University
Oxford
Press,
University Press,
Sage,
Sage,
Routledge, and Taylor
Routledge,
and
and Taylor
Francis.
and Francis.
He has also
He has
served
also
as a
served
manuscript
as
reviewer
a
for
manuscript reviewer
international
for
and national
international and national
publishers like
publishers
Oxford
like
University
Oxford
Press,
University Press,
Sage, and
Sage,
Primer's
and
Books,
Primer's
and
Books,
also a
and
referee
also a
for top
referee for
journals
top
such as
journals such as
EPW, which
EPW,
is
which
Economic
is
and
Economic
Political
and
Weekly again,
Political
and
Weekly
Gandhi
again,
Mark,
and Gandhi Mark,
Pratiman, and
Pratiman,
Studies in
and Studies in
Ethnicity and
Ethnicity and
Nationalism.
Nationalism.
Sir has been
Sir has been
invited to deliver a
invited to
keynote
deliver a
address,
keynote
lecture,
address,
and conduct
lecture, and
workshop
conduct
in
workshop
many
in
IIMs,
many IIMs,
IITs, NITs,
IITs,
central
NITs,
and state
central and state
universities, and
universities,
research
and research
institutes
institutes
across India.
across India.
Occasionally, he writes for
Occasionally,
newspapers
he
and
writes for
academic
newspapers
websites,
and
both
academic
in Hindi and
websites, both
English.
Hindi and
He has
English.
been
He
also
has been
a
also
Sabarmati
a
Fellow at
Sabarmati
the
Fellow
Sabarmati
at the
Ashram
Sabarmati
Preservation
Ashram
and
Preservation
Memorial
and
Trust,
Memorial Trust,
Ahmedabad.
Ahmedabad.
He was selected
He
for
was selected
Fulbright
for
Nehru
Fulbright Nehru
Postdoctoral Research
Postdoctoral Research
Scholarship
Scholarship
2018-19. He
2018-19.
is a member of
He
the
is a member
Councils
of
of
the Councils of
Advisors for the Vichar
Advisors for
Trust.
the Vichar Trust.
Currently, he is
Currently,
writing a
he is
biography
writing a
of
biography
Ambedkar
of
for Dr.
Ambedkar
Ramchandra
for
Guha's
Dr.
project,
Ramchandra Guha's
Indian
project,
Lives, which will be
Indian
published
Lives,
by
which will be
HarperCollins
published by
in India
HarperCollins
and
in
Yale
India
University
and
Press
Yale
in
University
America.
Press in
Sir,
America.
it's been a
Sir,
privilege
it's
to
been a
have you
privilege to have
between
you
us, among
between
us,
us, among
and
us,
I invite
and
you
I
and I
invite you
request
and I
you to
request
start
you
with
to
your
start with your
lecture now.
lecture
Sir,
now.
platform is
Sir,
all
platform is
yours.
all yours.
Thank you, Shushmita. Uh, am I audible, Shushmita? Okay. Thank you, Shushmita, for this kind word of introduction. Respected father, principal, colleague of Department of History, I thank you for your invitation. Though CSDS is a great place to work, but what I miss is the presence of student, and I always love to talk and interact with student. And I'm happy that Department of History, Holy Cross College, Agartala, have provided me this opportunity. Um, but I have seen the schedule and think I have given a 50-minute to speak, but I would rather to speak 5 to 10 minutes less and interact more with the student, because I saw there is only 10 a minute as given for the question and answer session. And I request student to pay attention, because uh, yeah, you will be allowed to ask question, but I will also ask questions to you. So be I would request to pay attention. And before I start, I just wanted to say two things, that the word have certain meanings. Like I think Subhash and the student who introduced, they said we generally don't celebrate Martyrs' Day. We observe, and in the same way, there is difference between kill and murder and assassination. There is, I'm not going a detail, but see, if we kill someone, I'm sorry, तालिम भाई मैं लेक्चर में हूँ, मैं आपको बाद में कर दूंगा. ओके. So see, so generally, if there is a personal reasons involved in someone's someone kills someone, then we call it murder or assassination. Like there is some property issues, or someone has cheated to someone else and he has or she has killed someone, then we can. But assassination is kind of you have a larger purpose, especially the political reason for killing. So we call Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, Martin Luther King was assassinated, and Gandhi was assassinated. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give a three answer to possible answer to why Gandhi was assassinated, and there will be one after another, and that kind of there will be a improvement in that answer. The quality of answer will improve subsequently. So you will have uh, three answer with the course of my lecture. What was the reason? And it is not a pure historical analysis. It's like a partly psychoanalysis and partly a historical analysis. So I will answer this. So as I said, there are partly psychoanalysis analysis. So I'll start with that. So there are some psychoanalysis they work on that why people actually kill other, what motivate them kill other, and they also make differentiation, like I said, killing and assassination. And they have also studied why actually some people assassinate great leaders like Gandhi, or sorry, Lincoln, or Martin Luther King's. And they have come up with several theories. And one of the theories says that that these people they study all these uh, uh, person who killed assassinate the great leaders, and they come up with several theories. And one of the theories says that some of them were driven by an idea that they want to do something great. They were born with to serve a great purpose. So they have their birth is purpose. So they have this idea that they were born to do some great thing, and they find this is the easiest thing. So just to push a trigger of a revolver, you can interfere in the course of the history. Even you change the history, and even you entered into the history, and symbolically you become immortal. So uh, so this is they are driven by such desire. They believe that they have a divine purpose to do such thing, and they find it is the easiest thing to do to it. And obviously, you see that Godse become like a immortal, become a man of history. Everyone who know Gandhi almost know Godse. So when we look at Godse background, you find there are possibilities to say that this theory can true in case of Godse. So Godse, real name was not Nathuram Godse. His real name was Ramchandra Godse. But there was a problem in his family. First, um, his their parents has three son before Godse, and they all died infant, very early age. So they thought that is a curse to their family, and they use very time tried method that they should raise next boy as a girl. So they raised him as a girl, and he had this nose pin, उसे हिंदी में नथ कहते हैं, नथ. From that the name came Nathura, the Ram who wear the nut. It's that mean. But he was treated differently, and and it is said that also he was sometime played a role of oracle. So he speak uh, like his uh, families god and goddess speak through him to their family. But his brother also informed in an interview, with course of time, the frequency of this incident reduced. But there was event when he used to speak like he is a messenger of God, and he conveying something to the family in childhood. And so means there is, for him there was a sense that he is a chosen one, he is a divine one having a certain purpose, and he was searching for what purpose it should be. And I think he find that Gandhi, killing a Gandhi can give him meaning to his life, and he can fulfill this person. It's kind of as the same is a psycho person who did this act. So see, it's like Nehru also said that what Godse did, he did not know exactly what he is going to do. So it means the Nehru supports such kind of analysis that he did not know. He was driven by such desire to do something great in life and change the course of history. And then he find this is the easiest way to kill an innocent man like a Gandhi, 78-year-old man, so and so on. So this is the one possible psychoanalytical reason we can cite, that there was a man driven by desire to do alter the course of history and become a part of history and become immortal. So this was the driving force for killing Gandhi. But it is that simple. The Godse was such innocent man, and or you can call it a psychic man who killed. It has a larger implication also. And two more thing is important. So even if you are a psychic, you cannot just go and kill anyone. You also need some triggering point. What was that trigger point that stimulated him that this is the time to kill him? That is also we need to understand. And second thing is that though he can be a psychic person, but that also he need to justify himself and other also why killing is a Gandhi is a great thing, and why he has done a great service to the humanities or to the nation or to the Hinduism, to anyone. He has to rationalize those things. Without such a rationalize, no one can go and kill someone. And as another thing said, that you should also have an immediate cause that should trigger someone, even psychic, if he was good say to kill someone. So what were these reasons? And if we want to look at this reason, we need to look at what he has said about in his justifications. Subhash also mentioned that he repeatedly denied, that he said he has no repent. Very confidently, he said whatever he did, he he stand for. Even he did not want anti-climax of this drama. So he was afraid because Gandhi's one son Devdas was campaigning that he should not be give death punishment, and he said no, I should not be shown any mercy. I haven't shown any mercy to the Gandhi, and I should not be shown and must be hanged. And even he actually in his speech he rejected any kind of conspiracy. He said it is disrespect to my autonomy and my rationality. And he said, very consciously, I have taken a decision. And those who are saying there was a conspiracy, they are actually want to destroy my autonomy. And he said there was no conspiracy in single-handed. He killed. Though with him there was another Apte, he was hanged, and six other people were convicted, given the life imprisonment, and that's separate. So, but we need to look at his speech. He was allowed to speak almost 5 hours to justify. It is 150 pages written speech, which Godse given quote in his justification. And you know what the judge says, Khosla was judging this case, and he said if that day public presence were allowed to be part of the jury, they should have declared him as innocent. They were so moved by his argument and his way of speaking, the way he justified his act. So we need to look at his speech to understand what was the larger cause he was telling, he was promoting by killing the Gandhi, and how he justified this act, and what was the immediate cause he cited for that. So it's a very long speech. He in a two part we can say that one, he said that he respect Gandhi and his philosophy and all that thing, and second part you can boil down into two, 3 points. First thing is that that Gandhi was pro Muslim, and his policy of non-violence is emasculating the Hindu community, feminizing the Hindu community, and Hindu will not able to defend themselves if there is crisis. So this is the two basic point he wants to, and give several example. Gandhi is responsible for the partition. He's a pro-Muslim. He did these thing and that. So these are the basic uh, nutshell. In nutshell, these are the his argument that Gandhi's principle of non-violence is feminizing the Hindu masses, and if there is a crisis, and Hindu will not able to defend themselves. That's why he decided to kill. And then the charges, big, the main charges were that he was pro-Muslim and giving too much concession, and he also cited that immediate cause that Gandhi was fasting. And I think he was more honest than other propagators who says that Godse has why Godse killed Gandhi. They nowadays you might have seen on Facebook, WhatsApp, and other places. They said there were the two reasons. One, that Gandhi was agreed to make a corridor between the South Pakistan and East Pakistan and West Pakistan, present Pakistan and the Bangladesh. He agreed Jinnah's proposal that there should be a corridor between these two Pakistan from the India. But there's a fact that Jinnah uh, wrote a letter to Churchill demanding this corridor, and he asked also to Nehru and Patel, but they rejected it as a fantastic nonsense, and they did not approve. And Gandhi has no, we have not found any statement Gandhi either supported it or opposed it. So that is factually incorrect. Those who argue that this is the reason, and Godse also did not make this point in his speech. Second point, generally, it is a bit deviation from the main argument. I just wanted to, because this is a part of the debate, I just wanted to highlight that thing. And second thing, those who argue that he did the right thing, they said that Gandhi fasted to pressurize the Indian government to pay the remaining the 50 crore that was due to Pakistan. So when there was a condition was laid down for partition, it was decided that the India will give 75 crore to the Pakistan. They had already given the 20 crores, and they yet to given the remaining 75 crore. But Pakistan attacked on the Kashmir, and the government decided to withhold that money until these things has clear or not. And they argue that actually Gandhi fasted to pressurize the government to give. So actually, Godse was more accurate. He did not say that Gandhi fasted. He very clearly stated the real fact. Actually, Gandhi always fast with clear agenda and clear process. He will always write down that this many time he will take the lemon juice and water, and these are the condition he expect from the this party and that party. For his last fast, he did not actually demanded that government should pay the 55 crore to the Pakistan. And Godse also in his speech mentioned that though we know that Gandhi fasted to establish the peace in the Delhi, but we know that it was also directed to pressurize the government, and it did pressurize the government. And Nehru actually come up and he said that we decided to revise our decision and want to give back to the give 50 55 crore to the Pakistan. And he also mentioned it has nothing to do with the Gandhi's fast, because but we want to show the gesture that we are open to resolve this problem, and we want to make Muslim to feel safe. safe in India, and we want to extend our friendship hand toward the Pakistan. He also mentioned that Gandhi, it he has not taken decision because of the pressure of Gandhi, but we can infer. So, and Godse was also correct to mention that Gandhi did not fasted to that was not one of the condition, but we can uh, surely infer from that it made a pressure on the government. So that was the immediate cause, that Gandhi was pressurizing the government to pay the remaining 55 crore rupees to the Pakistan. Historically, it's you don't have the direct evidence, but you can infer that it was the case. This was the immediate cause, and the reason, larger reason, he said he wanted, he is, he killed Gandhi to save Hinduism. That is 30 crore of the world, 30 crore Hindus. That was the population of that time, Hindus population. And he said it is a one-fifth of the humanities. In this way, he is serving the humanities by killing the Gandhi. That was the justification he has given. So we come to the our second answer. So can we say that to save Hinduism, to say that to save Hinduism, that was the larger purpose for some psychic like Godse to kill Gandhi and to assassinate Gandhi, and there was the immediate reason that he was pressurizing government to give the 55 crore rupees, or was doing. So do we get some again psychological and input to support this answer or your theory? So when we look, so we commonly, to save in Hinduism, definitely Dalit cannot go and make this argument that he wanted to save Hinduism by killing. Though Dalit Ambedkarite have a problem with with Gandhi, if they did not kill, but if they kill, surely they will not make this argument. The communists also have a problem with Gandhi. They consider he was the he was the leader of bourgeois who helped to transfer power from the British capitalists to Indian capitalists. If they also kill, definitely they will not make this argument. Definitely such argument should come from who claim that they are custodian of the Hinduism, or uh, they are gatekeeper of the Hinduism. And we look at the background of the Nathuram Godse, justify that actually he come from the Brahman caste. That is one of the superior Brahman caste in Maharashtra, Chitpavan Brahman, and they have a very glorious history. Actually, you might have heard that the Britishers has taken India from the Mughals, but it was partly true, because the real force that time was the Marathas, and Maratha were actually, there was a Maratha king, successor of Shivaji Maharaj, but actually it was ruled by the Peshwas from the Pune, and Peshwas were the Chitwavan Brahmins. So they have that this is their country. They're supposed to be the king of the ruler of this country, and they lost it, and he has this sense of loss, and he comes from the same caste. Even actually in case of Maharashtra, the caste system is a bit different. There is no classical four division. In Maharashtra, you have a Brahman, non-Brahman, and Dalits. No Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. So some Shudras like claim that they are the Kshatriyas, and Brahman also play the dual role, like Peshwa did. So they were the ruler also, they were warrior also. So they have also sense of that manhood that they want, and they were the real inheritant of this land. So they were the ruler of the land. and and what's very not surprisingly, so there are the very rich, wealthy, successful power Brahman, but definitely such psycho person will come from the who was failed in his life on many fronts. So he did not qualify. Even he did not pass the matriculation exam, and he had to work as a tailor, which is very low job for a Brahman, such high caste Brahman. Later, this work did not do well, so he has to sell the vegetable also. So he, so it's very easy for such a high caste man got in such low position to match, to collaborate his low position with the low position of the Hinduism, and he to believe that his this position is responsible because the Hinduism in a such bad shape. So, but he was definitely very devout Hindu. He followed the brahmacharya. Some have claimed that he was smoker and meat eater, but he was not. He was strict vegetarian. He did not eat and drink anything. He read all religious book and has um, fairly good command over the religious literature. So definitely, and one more thing which troubled him, that Gandhi was feminizing the Hinduism. So he also have a similar problem, because in childhood he was raised as a girl, and only after at age of 8, 9, 10, actually he was made to feel that he is a boy. So throughout his life he has a struggle with his sexuality to prove his manhood. So you have a fairly good, reasonable answer that a man coming from the upper caste who thought that his religion has lost glory, and he also has lost his respectable place in the society, and one of the reason that Gandhi actually feminizing the whole Hindu society, and he has a trouble with his own gender identity. He wanted to prove that he is a man, can be derived driven by such impulses, and can go and um, kill man like a Gandhi. So is it that a man, this is the second answer, a man who lost his social status in the society, and he believed that his religion also was degraded, and he has a trouble um, with gender identity, and wanted to prove his manhood, and go and kill a Gandhi. So is it that the answer, that it was the reason for killing, for assassinating the Gandhi? I believe that it is still very simplistic answer to the question, because there are still some question remain. Because see, the threat was to Hinduism was not from Gandhi alone. There was a Ambedkar also. He was actually a bigger threat to the Hinduism. He openly actually challenged the Hinduism. His speech, Annihilation of Caste, actually is a it's one of the example where he destroyed the whole basic principle, philosophical principle of Hinduism, and openly challenged, and he wanted to convert to the another religion. So definitely Ambedkar was also a threat to the Hinduism. If Godse wanted to save the Hinduism, there was also threat from Marxist also. So Marxist also, as know, they say the religion is the opium of and is a opium, and it actually pacify the revolutionary feeling. And there was also a challenge from the secular people like Nehru and Congress. Actually, they were also against the Hindu Rashtra. So why then you notes would say single out the single man? It's a 78-year-old man, 48 kg, having he was not a journal of any army. He was not president of any party. He was not even the minister or prime minister of the country. What threat he posed, that he thought that he should assassinate Gandhi, and he should save Hinduism. What was exactly? Are these extra thinking, more thinking, or there is a merit in these questions? So there is a one uh, interesting political analyst who said contradict to the Nehru. Nehru said that he was innocent, he don't know what he is doing. On the other hand, this political analyst Srinivasan actually said only two people know the power of Gandhi. The first was the JRD Birla, who unconditionally financially supported Gandhi, and second was the Godse, who killed Gandhi. In case of Birla, I think the proposition is very simple. Gandhi could not become Gandhi without the help of the Birla. From the South Africans' day, Birla unconditionally supported Gandhi. To running any movement is not that easy, especially the kind of Gandhi do. See, so Gandhi a civil disobedient movement means you disobey the law, then police will take you to the jail and you suffer to the jail. But the question is that what will happen to their family? They also need maintenance. Their daily expenses has to be met. That's why how it will be done. So all of the Gandhis actually South Africa movement largely. There was other people also like Pranjivan Mehta and some other businessmen. They supported Gandhi and his movement. Even when in India to run such a national level um, campaign was not a simple thing. So there was a build. Even Bajaj also supported Gandhi, but to Bajaj actually Gandhi called his fifth son. So what Srinivasan is trying to say that there is a group of people they recognize that possibility that what Gandhi had. They know that he's going to be the leader of the national movement from the very early age, and they unconditionally supported him. And later when India become independent, they take all these things with all interests and advantages. So this is story is very simple that you supported. This is going on even today also that all capitalists support the government and then take the all the advantage. But this is very simple story. But what was in Godse's mind? What actually he knows about Gandhi? Which this Srinivasan is of. What and like Bidla Godse was alone, or like Birla, there was other also capitalists who supported unconditionally Gandhi. So when we look at the Godse was also not alone. Before um, 30th January, when Godse assassinated the Gandhi, 10 days before there was a Madan Lal Pava who also tried attempt to assassinate Gandhi, throw the bomb, police caught him, and he also come from the similar social background. Even in 34 also when Gandhi was on anti-untouchability rally, there was an attempt to kill him in Pune. And after that also after 2 3 years there was another attempt to derail a train by which Gandhi was traveling with an intention to kill him. So there was a several attempt to kill Gandhi, and interestingly, most of these people coming from the similar background. So what actually the threat Gandhi posed to this group of people? We need to understand. Then only we will able to grab the answer. What was actually reason for assassinating the Gandhi? So we will divide this in a two part. One was the method of the Gandhi, and second was the challenge which he proposed to Hinduism in Godse's term, we can say. So as I told, the Hinduism was challenged by the Marxist also. It was challenged by the secularist Congress lead seculars. They were also not in favor of creating the Hindu Rashtra, and there was Ambedkar also. So, but what is their method of bringing the social changes in the society and difference between Gandhi's method? So largely. Left and seculars, and partly Ambedkar also believe that as the science and technology will develop, people develop the capacity of reasoning, this cultural hierarchy will go away. So they were not very keen. They thought that it will automatically go away. They did not want to address these things. But Gandhi was quite sure that it is not the case. And religion and social cultural hierarchy will not go that way. And people are, whatever you bring the science and technology, people are not going to be become fully rational. He know the power of the culture, tradition, and really and religion. Even today, no, we are living a very highly scientific and technocrat in era. But what people do? People use also WhatsApp and what is its name, Instagram, to say that you can using these thing, that thing, you can save from corona disease and so on. So they are actually spreading all kind of superstition and all that. So Gandhi was quite sure that it can't be undo just by spreading the science and technology. So that was, and second thing was that it was very easy uh, to frame them like they are inspired by they were inspired by the western religion, culture and tradition, and so they don't make much sense to their constituents, ordinary people. So I'll give some example today also. See, you might have seen, there is a Dhiren Shastri who do some magic, and there was a one girl, uh, her name is Suhana Shah, I think. So she is trying to say that what Shastri call is magic is a his spiritual power is not a spiritual power; it's a technique. And what the supporter of Dhiren Shastri did, they post one photo of this Suhana Shah with a that Faruqi comedian, a Muslim comedian, and they said that this agenda is fixed. It means he is an anti-camp. He don't understand the Hinduism, and such reasoning actually does not affect the common people. Like another example I'll give. I saw one news letter clip when the people were opposing the Pathan. So one man was saying that Deepika Padukone is a Muslim, so he don't care, he won't support, he will not go to see the Pathan. So the man reporter said, no, she's not a Muslim, she is a Brahmin. Her father was a great badminton player. He was not a no, he's a Muslim. And he asked, how do you know? Well, because he has gone to the JNU. So she is a part of the Tukule gang, and that's why she's Muslim. So you can't reason with that. So these are not, they don't understand. So, like what I point I wanted to make, the secular Marxists and Ambedkar up to certain extent are easy to bracket that they don't understand the religion and uh, they, they are the enemy of the religions. And whatever they appeal, whatever argument they make, the common people will not affect. It's very easy to bracket them. But Gandhi method was different. Gandhi was telling that I am a Sanatan Hindu. Godse was telling, I am Sanatan Hindu. Gandhi was telling, I am bigger Sanatan Hindu than you. Godse was telling, I'm trying to save Hinduism. Gandhi was telling, I was also trying to save Hinduism. Also, he is against all the all kind of Western influence. Gandhi says, I'm also against all kind of Western influence. So this is the method. They don't know how to tackle it, how to deal it. The same challenge actually Gandhi posed to the Britishers also. They know how to control the extremists. They know how to control the pessimists, but they don't know how to control the Gandhian method, non-violence, peaceful, democratic methods. So this was the problem with orthodox section of the Hindu society. They don't know how to deal it, because they say we believe in the Shastras and Gita. Gandhi says I also believe in Shastras and Gita, and I live whole life according to the Gita and all that thing. And you can't reason out with that. Suppose I'll give one example. When someone wrote to Gandhi that you says that you believe in the Gita, and Gita is your spiritual Bible, and you live according to the Gita, but there is no proof that Gita says that the untouchability is a bad thing and we should condemn it. So why you are condemning? On the other hand, it's uphold. So Gandhi says that my understanding of Gita is that it don't make differentiate between one person to the another person. It did not create the hierarchy. It promote non-violence. And if Gita does not say this thing, I will reject such Gita. So there is no scope for the scholarly debate also, because he did not derive his actually impulses from the from such spiritual. There was an earlier reformer also who argued that to make their case on the basis of the scripture. He did not do such. So actually they were puzzled how to deal with Gandhi. So they have no answer, and they know he has a greater influence on it. So what was the reason for assassinating Gandhi? Was that they don't know how to tackle him and how to bracket him anti-religious or anti-Hindu or anti-Muslim, so sorry, anti-Indian. So that was the one problem. And second, and the major problem that I believe was the primary reason for Gandhi's assassination, that actually he posed the threat to the cultural hegemony from where upper caste, middle class man derive for his superiority. I want to say it in Hindi also. The main reason जो गांधी का assassinate करने का कारण ये था कि गांधी उस कल्चरल हेजेमनी को चैलेंज कर रहे थे जिसके आधार पर एक अपर कास्ट मिडिल क्लास मैन अपनी कल्चरल रिलीजियस सुपियरिटी स्टैब्लिश करता था. That is the basic point I wanted to convey. So I'll give some example how he was actually reshaping the Indian psyche. See, it's not only that he brought lots of women into the national movement, though he did. Even the Lenin and Mao could not do, and he was great supporter that the women should take part in and every aspect of the life. He brought them into politics and other field. Actually, he was also a principal reason for making Sarojini Naidu as the first Indian woman to be president of the Congress. He devised different methods so that women can easily participate in different movement. But that was not the whole story. But he changed what Indian psychic also. He feminized what you call the courage, what you call the bravery. He said it's not. So he actually demasculinized the Indian society. He did not say the killing. That is the. It's also not very good to categorize in that way, but it's a kind of virtue of man, masculine. You go fight and kill, use the violence. And he said this is not something to be cherished. This is not to define manhood. This is not to define to courage. He says the real courage is to take back. So if someone kill to resist it with non-violent methods. And he said the women actually are real custodian of such kind of bravery. In brief, I wanted to say that actually he was redefining the psyche of Indian psyche. And give two example, and then I will stop because that I think I take too much time. So how caste system he was challenging. One example for his method, and other example what he was challenging. So when later part of his life, when he said that I will bless only those marriages that are taking place in which one party belongs to the Dalit and other non-Dalit. He made very clear he did not even bless the marriage of his own secretary's son and did not participate in marriage because it is in a same caste marriage. So, but he was proposing is a radical reform 100 years back, which is still very tough to do in India. But he was proposing not to say to destroy the Hinduism. He was telling whatever good remain in the Hinduism, if you want to save, such intercaste marriage should take place. He was telling that if you want to save the Varnashram Dharma, you have to do such a marriage. So he's throughout actually his social reform movement was designed in such a way that it looked like a continuity with the tradition, but actually it was actually destroying the foundation of all those hierarchy present in the society. I hope I made the point clear. So he was not telling that these this radical reform should take place in Indian society to promote the equality, justice, modern Western values. He said, no, this is to say whatever would remain in that. So people like Godse and other who attack him, they were not innocent. They could understand the threat he was giving to the cultural hegemony of on which their superiority is based. And second, see, his idea also in Indian society, especially Hindu society, the hierarchy is also created with this idea that the Vedic rituals and practices have a very high moral standard, and even the intellectual work is given the high status, and the physical work given is very low status. But he asked everyone to clean the toilet. See, when he was asked about his view on Shuddhi movement, in Shuddhi movement, this was the movement started by the upper caste group, that the lower caste people should go through a spiritual process, and then ritual process or a spiritual process, whatever, and then become a part of the Hinduism. But these process actually did not challenge to the caste system. Actually, it sustained the caste system. And what Gandhi was asking people, that the Brahman should give up their arrogance and accept the position of the Ati Shudras and Dalits, and should clean the toilets. So actually, he was rejecting all the Brahmanical literature, tradition, and customs on which their superiority was based. He was not a temple goer. He was not an idol worshipper. But he was very smart enough not to challenge these things openly, because he did not find the immoral practices. He says always that we should go from the akara to nirakara. Okay. But he did not say that those who go to the temple and who worship temple, they are morally inferior and all that things. And he allowed them, because he has a different ways to reform the person. So will end with repeating what point I was trying to make. I think there's required another lecture to explain how he has challenged. So I wanted to stop with saying, actually, Gandhi posed the challenge to the cultural hegemony on which the upper caste, middle class man derive his superiority. और इसीलिए actually Godse was not saving India, not saving the Hinduism. He was protecting the privileges of a small community of India. Thanks. I stop here, and I welcome if there are question, answer, and interaction with student. Thank you. Debashish, I think I have to taken more time, or I don't know how much time was given to me.
Huh?
We are open for the
We are open for the
we are open for question answer
we are open
session.
for
Any
question answer
question from
session.
anyone?
Any question from anyone?
No question?
No question?
It's very sad.
Anyone anything wants to know from
Anyone
Sir?
anything
See,
wants to know
Sir
from
is
Sir? See, Sir is
a huge thing. I think you have not
huge
understood yet.
thing.
It is a privilege for you to have Sir with us.
You
If
have
any one
not
of you
understood
have
yet.
any kind of
Have any kind
question,
of
you
question?
can ask him.
You can ask him.
Okay, Sir, I think
Okay, Sir. I think
Shubhas Sir has
Shubhas
only all
Sir has
three of
only
us.
all three
I
of
don't
us.
know if
I don't know
Sir,
if Sir,
Ma'am is also having
Ma'am
any
is also
question or
having
not,
any
but three
question or
of us
not, but
having
three
some
of us
questions.
having some questions.
Father,
Yeah,
anything
please
to
go
ask?
ahead.
Anything to?
Yeah, Father is also having a question.
Yeah,
So,
Father
Sir,
is
let
also
us
having a
start with
question. So, Sir,
our
let
Father
us start
Principal.
with our Father Principal.
Okay. So, Sir,
Okay. So,
as
Sir,
Father
as
is
Father is
telling me to
telling
start,
me
my
to
first
start,
question
my
is,
first question is,
so my question, I
so
don't know
my
if it
question,
is
I don't
based
know
on
if
this or
it
thing,
is
but one
based on this
interest
thing, but
I
one
want to know,
interest
it is very
I want to know,
interesting
it's
to
very
listen to you, Sir,
interesting to
again.
listen to you, Sir, again.
And I want
And
to
I
ask
want
that
to ask that
in your lecture you
in your
said
lecture you said
that Gandhi said
that
that
Gandhi said
Gita
that
was
Gita
also an
was
epitome of
also an epitome of
non-violence,
non-violence,
and he said that if anyone is reading Gita, then he, or if it is not non-violent, then he will also not read Gita, like that, if I'm not wrong. So, sir, when we were studying our school day history book and other thing, it was said that uh, Gandhi was the one who actually sent some troops, or who actually encouraged the Indian people to attend the First World War and all. So there was a concept into our mind every time that though he was in non-violence and always supported non-violence, but in Gita we can see there is a support in Dharma Yuddha. That means we describe it, or we take it as a violence, as a mode of violence. And again, another example comes when sometime we criticize Gandhi, that he supported to the Indian troops to go for the First World War. So, sir, I just want to break the, I just understand, I just want to understand the concept. What is actually this concept is, sir?
Okay. So you want to answer me, you and take other question. I think I will go one by one.
Yes, sir.
So it's very okay. Thanks, Shushmita. I think should I answer it or take other question? What you are suggesting? Okay, I'll answer. Theek. So there are. Let's divide the two things. First question of interpreting uh, the Gita, and the second question of non-violence. See, so there are the two ways, and Gandhi actually countered this question. First thing is said actually, Krishna is not referring to the human being. He is talking about the good thing and bad thing in our the positive force and negative force in one's own life. That we should fight and struggle we should fight and struggle with our negative uh, thoughts, impulses, and energy. That is what he says. Gita is not talking uh, about war that took place in Kurukshetra. He's talking about the individuals. This is the one way. Second thing, what Gandhi says, he was very smart and cunning. Okay, so what he said, actually, what Gita is not telling that you should kill someone else. Definitely, he said Gita is not telling. What Gita is telling, that if required to kill, if there is a condition to kill, you should not make a difference between who is your family member, friends, and others. If there is a dharma to kill, you should not make a difference between that. Gandhi says this is the real interpretation of Gita. Shushmita, are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
I think there
Yes,
was
sir.
a time you freeze. Okay. So this is what he says. Two things, that one way you read the Gita, Gita is not promoting the violence. It's saying that in every individual there is a good forces, and we should fight those forces, bad forces. Second thing is telling, which Gandhi actually is believed and supported, and which is the basis of your second question, that if there is a required to kill someone, if there is a circumstances that you should kill someone, you should not make a difference between your mother, father, or your brother and sister, or others. If someone is immoral, illegal, or if there is a I'll give some examples. Suppose there is a, Gandhi will also say, in different contexts he does differences. If someone is raping a innocent girl, minor girl, so even if it is your brother or father or unknown person, and there is no way to stop him, then kill. So you killed him. That is what Gandhi means. Okay? This is what for him Gandhi is a lesson from the Gita. He said Gita is not telling to kill someone. It's telling that if you need to kill, you don't make any difference between the people. That is what his interpretation of Gita. And one interpretation I saw that it is actually fight within. Second thing is that Gandhi was actually in one some of my paper I have argued that there are the places where Gandhi actually allow or what can say he tolerate. So Gandhi believed that the complete non-violence is not possible to practice. Okay? as he believed that the complete moksha you cannot you attain the moksha within this body. To sustain this body, the minimum level of violence is required. See, you cannot avoid the violence. So there is a possibility that you do knowingly, unknowingly, a certain kind of violence. And there are 4 or 5 conditions he actually in my paper I have collected different writing from Gandhi where he made an exception. Even you will surprise, he said that all killing is not hinsa. Okay, what he's saying, you remember, all killing is not hinsa. It means that there are some killing that is also non-violence. That time you have to do as a duty. Okay, but he is very conscious not to propagate this idea and stick to the principle of non-violence, because he believes acquire such position where you can decide when you can use the violence. It's where it required a rigorous trainings. So he said, when there is a voice come within which tell that this is the moment you have to use the violence, but to listen this voice you have to be very disciplined life, you live a very disciplined life, you follow the brahmacharya, then also there is a possibility that you may make an error. So that's why he always want that आपका जो सुई है वो नॉन वायलेंस की ही तरफ होना चाहिए. Though there is no, he was not dogmatic like a Jain gurus that we can't use violence in any circumstances. He was not that dogmatic on that ground. So here, so that's why even in South Africa, he served in a military. Even in India, he encourage the Indians to participate in the World War Second. So that are the other implication also. But what I point as an answer to your question, I wanted to say. So Gandhi was not very dogmatic like a Jain that every condition you have to follow the non-violence. He believed that there are the circumstances when you have to resort to the violence, but in spite of that he said that as a principle we should always work as a non-violence. I hope I have given answer to your both question. If there is a supplementary question you can ask also if I have not clarified something. Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Hello.
See, once, please check once. We are connected, right?
Yeah, we are connected. Oh, no, no. Here we are not
हाँ
connected. No
सुभाष.
internet. Oh, no.
ओहो, मैं तो बोले जा रहा हूँ, मैं
Think
तो
we
कुछ
lost the
फिर क्या
connection.
करना, फिर से ज्वाइन करना है, क्या करना? ओहो, अच्छा 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 अच्छा, ठीक है, I'll reconnect. ठीक,
Okay, okay. But we are not having any connection. We have to call someone.
Every time is this happening.
ठीक है, then we can stop it. अच्छा ठीक है, तो we'll wait for some time. I think now it's Debashish has now I think it's connected.
Sir,
Yeah? Okay, okay.
sir, can you hear me?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Hello, audible? Okay. I don't know if Sushmita got my answer or not. In brief, I will say that Gandhi's interpretation of Gita was different. He defended his that he derived his principle of non-violence from Gita on two grounds, but he says that the battle is not between the two group of people. It is good force and bad force within an individual. And there he was telling that we should kill our bad energies or bad feeling. This is one way. And second thing, what Gandhi is saying, the Gita is not teaching that we should kill. Gita is teaching that we should, if there is a condition to kill, we should not make a difference between our own relative, parents, brother, sister, and others. This is the two thing. Third thing, Gandhi was not dogmatic as the Jain gurus, and he allowed, and there are the certain conditions when violence can be used, and that required to explain different. So, in brief, I think this was my answer to the Shushmita.
Yeah, keep, 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 keep. Yeah, yeah. Yes,
I'm still.
yes. Yeah, yeah. Got it, got it. Wait.
Sir, can you hear me? Sir, can you hear me?
Sir, can you hear me?
You, Shushmita, you heard my reply to you,
Yes, sir.
Shushmita?
Sir,
Yes,
sir.
sir, sir,
So
sir.
I have
Yes,
heard
sir.
your
So I have
reply.
heard your
Actually,
reply.
network
Actually,
just came back
network
into the
just came
laptop
back
you're
into the
using.
laptop you are using.
Thank you, sir, for
Thank
your
you, sir, for your
wonderful answer and such
wonderful answer
informative
and such
answer.
informative answer.
Sir, moving on to the
Sir,
next
moving on
question,
to
I
the
would
next
request
question,
Sir
I would
Devashish
request Sir
to
Devashish to
ask his
ask his
question.
question.
Madam, check whether the student sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dept.
Yeah, sir. So in your lecture, at the very beginning, you have made a mention that there was an issue with Gandhi, that Gandhi was actually labeled as pro-Muslim. Okay, and this could have played to a certain extent one of the reasons because of which Gandhi was ultimately assassinated. So now, when we are talking about the debate regarding majority and minority, okay, and India, right from the very ancient time, is actually having a Hindu majoritarian population. Okay, and with time, the other religious sections also started to emerge in India, and this also started to grow. So, in the larger context of majority and minority debate, sir, how you are going to place Gandhi and how actually the whole chapter of Gandhi's assassination should be perceived from that particular perspective. I don't know how far I was able to clearly ask my question to you. Hello.
Mhm. Let me reframe. Yes, let me reframe. So you wanted to say the debate between the minorities and majority. What is the Gandhi's position on it?
Yes.
And and did that encourage that encourage certain section of the people from where Nodse belongs to assassinate him? है ना? That is what your question.
Yes.
Okay. See what I actually the point I wanted to tell you, to take away this debate from this Hindu Muslim minority conflict to the another level. That was my purpose of the lecture. But it is not easy to take, because in a public domain the debate is constituted in a such way. See, so Gandhi, you again, I'll say, you need to understand how this question of majority and minority, or Muslim or Hindu, was framed by the small section of the society about whom I said, and Gandhi. Okay? Then you will understand where to place Gandhi in this debate. So for uh, for the section of the society, the creamy layer, upper caste, middle, uh, upper middle class, and male. In male section, the debate is actually, sorry, debate is framed in the way you present it, and the root goes to the Savarkar, where he talk about Pitra Bhumi, Punya Bhumi, and Matra Bhumi. What is his concept in which your formulation is based? That India belongs to the people who were original habitant of this country. Basically, you are telling the Hindu, but many people may not accept that also. Hindus and some other who come from the outside, like Muslims and Christian, whose Punya Bhumi, what he called Punya Bhumi, the religious place, is outside of India. They constitute the minority. ठीक है, and they have to live either according to the Hindu rashtra, or the way of life they would like to call it, according to the Hindu way of life, or live according to the secondary citizenship, because they though this is their karma bhumi, because they were born and doing all job, but there it is not their punya bhumi. This is the foundation of the argument to say that the country belongs to the majority Hindus, but that is not the case actually. Gandhi placed this debate in a different ways. For Gandhi, it is a different way. For Gandhi, this is not the conflict. He will not say the minority community, majority community, or he will not say some people come from the outside and some people are from the inside. This is not the way Gandhi framed question of the Hindu and Muslim. In Hindu Swaraj, he very framed this question. For him, question is that do different community can live as a nation? Okay, so there are the different community, you may call minority, majority in Hindu, or may call the caste on different level. So or region wise also. So do basically the religious community, you can say, two different religious community can live together or not as a nation. So he said in Europe also there is no equation which says the one nation equal to the one community. So there are the multiple community, and for him actually it was also a faith of article. He believed strongly that the different community, different group of people can live in a harmony, and for him it was that strong that he will say, if I come to know that the different community, a religious community or caste community or original community cannot live as a nation, I will say I don't believe in a God. As strongly he believed actually that different community can live together, he as strong he believed in a God. So actually partition was a very much attack on his very basic belief and philosophy. So for him, this is not the question of minority and majority. This is the question of how different communities should live peace with each other, and who to sacrifice and to what extent and when to sacrifice. He will not frame the question like a majority of Hindu and how much you give concession to the other and not to give the concession to the other. So for him, see, he wanted to go Pakistan also and taking without any visa, because he said it is my country, I will go it, and he believed that there also. And when it divided, he also wanted that it should not be divided on the basis of the religion, that Hindu should live there and the Muslim should go there. He said you divide whatever Hindu Muslim live there. Yet he was ready for even for the such partition, not the Hindu divide them. So for him, it's just a different ways to formulate, but it is very easy. As I told, I will say one also very unpleasant remark in answer to your questions. See, it's emotionally charged, means for the political purposes people actually use and formulate question in this way, and to actually fight one community and against the another community, and it is very easy to communicate and understand. That's why you can easily divide that there is a fight between India, and he was doing injustice to the Hindu community and more kind to the Muslim community. But it was, I believe, it was not the case, and it was not the way Gandhi will understand and formulate the problem of Hindu Muslim. Diptish, I
Yeah.
think
Yes. Yes,
I
sir.
have.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for the
Thank you,
wonderful
sir, for
answers, sir,
the
and the
wonderful
explanation.
answer, sir, and the explanation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next, Sir Subhash, or any student would like to have some questions from the
Have some
students
questions
also?
for students also.
Okay, Sir Subhash.
Okay, sir, sure.
No student.
Oh, hello,
Sir,
sir.
thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Subhash,
sir.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightenment
Thank you,
thought.
sir, for your
Sir,
enlightenment thought.
I have one
Sir,
query.
I
Before
have
going
one
to ask
query,
that
but before
query,
going to
I
ask that
just
query,
want to
I
quote
just
Ambedkar.
want to quote
Just few
Ambedkar.
sentence.
Just few sentences.
Uh,
Hmm.
in
Uh, in
in one statement,
in one
Ambedkar
statement,
said that
Ambedkar said that
great men
great men
are in the
are
great service to
in
their
the great
country,
service to
but
their
at the
country.
same time,
But at the
he
same time,
labeled
he labeled
Gandhi that
Gandhi
he is a
that
positive
he is a
danger
positive
to
danger
our country.
to our country.
In another occasion,
In
by
another
referring
occasion, by referring
Bible,
Bible,
Ambedkar said that
Ambedkar said that
good thing will come out
good thing will come
of
out
Gandhi's death.
of Gandhi's death.
Sir, few
Sir,
days back, I
few
was
days
reading
back, I
about the
was reading
history
about
of
the history
Hyderabad.
of Hyderabad.
So, in the
So, in the
while
while
study of
studying about the
Hyderabad,
history of Hyderabad,
found that
I
in
found that
that
in
state,
that state,
princely state Hyderabad,
princely state Hyderabad,
non-Muslim population
non-Muslim
was more than
population was
80%,
more than
and
80%,
whereas the Muslim
and whereas the
population was
Muslim population
around
was
15 to
around
20
15 to
percent. Likewise,
20%. Likewise,
moreover, sir, if you look
moreover,
at
sir,
the
if we look at the uh,
subsequent political
subsequent
condition of
political condition
Pakistan
of
and
Pakistan
Bangladesh,
and Bangladesh,
the position of
the position
non-Muslim
of
was day by
non-Muslim
day it
was
was
day by day
deteriorating.
it was
Sir,
deteriorating. Sir,
the statement
the
which was
statement
given
which
by
was
Ambedkar, it
given
was
by
his
Ambedkar, it
personal
was his
conviction.
personal conviction.
Moreover, the
Moreover,
Godse what
the
he
Godse
has
what
given
he has
uh,
given
for killing, for
for
assassinating Gandhi,
assassinating
the
Gandhi,
justification
the
which he has given, it was his
justification
own
which he has given,
conviction.
it was his
Sir, do
own
you think that
conviction. Sir, do
this
you think that
personal conviction
this personal
somehow
conviction
was true
somehow
uh,
was true
with regards to the
with regards to
historical
the
analysis?
historical
And
analysis?
moreover, sir,
And moreover, sir,
just
moreover, sir,
that analysis
that
which
analysis
shows that
which shows that
somehow an
somehow
ideology
an
cannot
ideology
exist
cannot
for longer
exist
period of
for
time.
longer period
And
of time. And
Gandhi was
what
projecting,
Gandhi was
it
projecting,
was
it was
I think, sir,
I think, sir,
it can be
it
restricted
can be
with a certain
restricted
point
with
of
a
time.
certain point of time.
Sir, is it okay what
Sir,
I
is
was
it
trying to
okay
say?
what I was trying to say?
No, Subhash, sorry. Can you little explain? I could not get your point. So if you can,
Okay, sir,
Okay, sir,
the statement
the
which
statement which
Ambedkar has given
Ambedkar has
with
given
after the
with
death of
after the
Mahatma
that
death of
Gandhi,
Mahatma
I'm.
Gandhi,
he said that
he said
Hmm.
that
Gandhi
Gandhi
is a positive
is a
danger
positive
to the
danger
country.
to the country.
One statement. In another
One
Yes.
statement.
statement,
Hmm.
In another
he
statement,
said that
he said that
by referring
by
Bible, he
referring
said that
Bible,
good
he
thing
said
will
that
come out of
good thing
Gandhi's death.
will come out of Gandhi's death.
Sir, while reading
Sir,
about the
while
history of
reading about the
Hyderabad,
history of
I
Hyderabad,
found that
I found
the
that
Muslim
the
population was very
Muslim
less
population
in
was very
comparison to
less
the
in
non-Muslim.
comparison to the non-Muslim
But still,
population.
there
But
was
still, there
very
was
Where?
very
uh, sir, is it
sir,
am I
is it
audible to you?
am I audible to you?
Can you listen?
So can you
Yes, yes.
listen?
Where Muslim population was
Okay.
less.
So,
So
the history of
the
Hyderabad
history of
narrates that
Hyderabad narrates that
very bad and
Okay.
very
pathetic
bad and
condition to
Hmm.
the
pathetic
non-Muslim.
condition to the
So
non-Muslims.
both
So
Hmm.
Ambedkar
both
Hmm.
and
Ambedkar
Godse
and Godse
criticized Gandhi for
criticized
his
Gandhi for his
pro-Muslim attitude
pro-Muslim
and
attitude
pro-Pakistani
and
attitude as well.
pro-Pakistani attitude as
If we
well.
look at the
So if we
subsequent
look at the
political
subsequent
condition of
political
Pakistan,
condition of Pakistan,
we find that
Hmm.
we
Hmm.
the
find that
non-Muslim
the
population
non-Muslim
and their
population
condition is
and their
day by day
condition is day by
deteriorating.
day
So,
deteriorating.
do you
So
think that
do you
the
think that
personal
the
conviction of
personal
Ambedkar
conviction of Ambedkar
and Godse
and
was
Godse
somehow
was
true
somehow true
with regards to the
with
practice
regards to
of
the
Mahatma
practice
Gandhi?
of Mahatma Gandhi?
Okay. I think now I got. But let me clarify. Um, See, I remember the both the quote you have said. I know the sources also. First is from Ambedkar's lecture on Ranade, Gandhi, Jinnah, and Ranade, where he defined what he mean by the second quote you have given, that is from his letter to his wife, Savita Ambedkar. It was written immediate after Gandhi's death. So but these two are the different content. You can't club Ambedkar and Godse together. Uh, Godse was upset with Gandhi personally, as has personal conviction, you say, or psychic problem, that he was pro-Muslim. But Ambedkar was not. Ambedkar was different. Ambedkar talking entirely opposite thing. What Gandhi, that he was a committed Hindu, and he was trying to uphold the Brahmanical values and condition, and he was trying to protect the caste system when it was seriously challenged. So what Ambedkar believing of Gandhi is just opposite of what is his name, Godse was believing about the Gandhi. They are entirely two different things. Different thing about contradictory thing about the same man. Godse was believing that Gandhi was destroying the Hinduism, and Ambedkar was believing that Gandhi was upholding and protecting the Hinduism when it was seriously challenged. So these are the two entirely different things. Okay. But what I'm trying to say, like Godse, I will not say the wrong, as I tried to say in my lecture. He know what the real challenge Gandhi was posing. That's why he came, and they have no other option than to kill him. And it was that serious challenge he was posing to them. So he was not driven by the personal conviction. Actually, as I said, that it was the not exactly they have sit and make the conspiracy, but they know the group of people coming from the same background. They clearly understood that what threat he is giving to their cultural hegemonies to them. So he was quite clear on that. But Ambedkar, I will say, was, in my understanding, because Ambedkar were very close to the Gandhi, as we have all evidence and writings to read and possibly analyze personally. Yeah? So I will say that in that case, Ambedkar could not actually grab, I'm reading Ambedkar also, the real challenge, especially the challenge kind of challenge he was posing to the Hinduism. On the other hand, he thought that actually he was upholding. So this point is clear. I hope. The second point, I was not very sure what he wanted to say. That in Hyderabad there was a more Hindu than Muslims, and what is the bad condition of Hindus in the Bangladesh and in Pakistan. See, you should not rely on the Facebook, WhatsApp, or even maybe say the news channel, our news channel. Recently, I'm reading a very good books. See, he published last year, but there is a whole school of thought that's called the Cambridge School of Thought. Even this says the colonialism and how people have interpreted the divide and rule. Nationalism interpreted that what is the role of the Britishers, how they divide and rule in India. There is a different ways to look at this phenomena. The Britishers look it in a different ways. Obviously, they will not say that we were going and dividing the people. This is your perception as an Indian you look at. So what is happening in the Pakistan, and what is happening, you are listening the bad condition of the minority community in Hindu. They might also be listening through the WhatsApp and the Facebook from the India also, that in India, the minorities is in a bad shape. And then up to certain extent, politically, actually, it is also become invisible in Indian context. Minority has no value. You can win the election without appealing to the minorities. The Indian politics has come to that position. So what I wanted to say to you, that you should not be driven by uh, such narrow, simple analysis And if you go, there are the problem in that way also. Like there was a Junagadh also, and there was a Kashmir also. When Junagadh, there was the Hindu king and the Muslim. So where the Hindu were in majority, the Indian were demanding the plebiscite ki janmat karana chahiye. Jahan Muslim were in the majorities in majority, the India was not demanding the plebiscite. So what I wanted to say, for the rigorous academic exercise, we should not be disturbed by these very fancy um, nationalist impulse and all that things, and that may not do the justice to the way we should understand the work and philosophy of people like Gandhi. uh, in today's condition, you will call even sorry, what is his name, Tagore is anti-national. Tagore oppose Gandhi's what is called non-cooperation movement like anything, and no one did. See, he said, "You are making the people narrow-minded. What will happen to the humanities? So how you are making the people narrow? Bhagat Singh. So okay. Let's not go in all that detail. But point, I think the first part I have clarified that the Ambedkar was thinking about Gandhi's entirely opposite thing. What Godse was thinking. And second thing, we should speak. Let's okay. That I think I wanted to say in response to your question. I hope I answered you, Subha. Or you have some question you want to have? Please come.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. It's okay.
So, lastly,
So,
our respected
lastly,
father
our
principal of
respected
Holy
father
Cross College.
principal of Holy Cross College.
Okay. So,
Yeah, please, sir.
So,
I was.
yeah, sir, you,
yeah,
as
sir,
father
you,
principal, he
as
said
father
that
principal, he
his
said
query is
that
already cleared, as you
his
have
query is
informed
already cleared as
us
you
with
have informed
lots of
uh,
information.
lots of
So, as in
information.
the beginning, you
So,
told
as
that
in the beginning, you
you are
told
going to
that
ask some
you are
questions to
going
the
to ask some
students.
question to the
So, if you
students.
want to do
So,
that,
if you
we are
want to
open
do
to
that,
that
we are
also.
open to that also.
No, but my concern was that whatever I have said, it was communicated to or not. So if any student would like to at least say what is the point, what is the at least the main reason I have cited in my lecture or explain in my lecture, what was why Gandhi was assassinated. That was the question I actually tried to answer. If any one or two student want to give, I'll very happy to hear that. Any student want to say?
Sir is asking that, as sir in the beginning, he had begun.
What is my answer to my questions? Okay.
Yes. So he has already told you why Gandhi was assassinated. Two or three reasons has said. Anyone of you please stand up and tell him what are the reasons you have understood? Anyone? Rutaraj, please tell.
No one want to say.
Or he will think that no one of you can catch anything. Poonam, please tell. Did not you understand what she said? What are the reasons? Anyone? Rutaraj, please come and say. Come. Rohan? Rohan, come. Just
ठीक है, okay, no.
that what are the some reasons are there. Come. Come first.
So does it mean no one listen or no one understand? What is that? कि
See
किसी
what
ने
are the
सुना नहीं या किसी ने समझा नहीं? बताओ
yeah,
मुझे.
Rutaraj. Lisa? Ritika? Okay, after Rutaraj, some of the reasons. Rutaraj. No. All of you can speak. Yeah.
Sir, if I am not wrong, the reason you have discussed is the first reason that Gandhiji wanted to the participation with India and Pakistan. And second reason is that
No, you just listen it.
Second, the second reason is that uh, Nathuram Godses wanted to save the Hinduism population over India. And third reason is, I forgot, sorry.
Yes, Ritika.
So, from what I have understood, actually, Nathuram was, since he was grown up as a, he was raised as a girl, he wanted to show his masculinity because the Gandhiji's way of dealing with the British was non-violence, which was seen as a feminine way. So he wanted to show that he was masculine. It was in his psychology that by doing this he can show his masculinity. Like he will show that he is not the girl he has been raised as. It's one of the reasons.
Rohan.
Okay, thank you. Then one, let Shushmita, someone
Sir,
is also
according to
telling.
me, no, no, sir. Sir, according to me, first reason is to make the corridor between the West and East Pakistan, and that and the Gandhiji had asked about it to pay the debt of 50 crore, and which 20 crore have been paid. And the second reason is the to save the
Okay,
humanity.
ठीक है.
That's also.
Hmm.
Anyone else?
Shushmita, can I hmm. Can I speak for 2-3 more minutes and summarize, and then we will
Yes,
wind
sir.
up?
Yes, sir.
If anyone is not there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can.
Okay, let me summarize my point and we will stop. Actually, thank you. All the student who responded to that, but I just wanted to say, yes, I made you said details about it, but that was not my basic argument. I made three. I have given the three answer, but my second answer cancel the first answer, and my third answer cancel the first answer. That was a plan in that way. But I would like to repeat it, and then we will stop. That though I said there are the reasons. First answer I said that there was a psychological reason that he was driven uh, by the idea that he was a chosen man, and he also wanted to prove his masculinity, and then that's why he tried he killed assassinated Gandhi. Second, also there was a immediate reasons also. That immediate reason was that either a corridor which is false he did not give, and second that he was pro Muslim and wanted to give remaining 55 crore to the Pakistan. That was the immediate reason, and it was the Nathuram Godse who formulated that he wanted to the save Hinduism. This is the my second point. But I'm saying this is not the also proper explanation, though it is also given by the Godse. That is what I'm saying. I'm telling the real reason. I'm telling what my and some other scholars analysis says that he was killing he was trying to kill Gandhi because his method was problematic, जिसका answer उनके पास नहीं था. They don't know how to respond because it has very it can't be easily bracket as an anti Hindu or anti nations. और जो उनको kill करना चाहता था, repeat in Hindi, why my uh, analysis says that he was challenging cultural hegemony. I don't know how to define the cultural hegemony of upper caste, middle class man, from where they derive their sense of cultural superiority. That was my main point, and that is what I wanted to say. It means कि जो एक अपर कास्ट, मिडिल क्लास और उच्च जाति के लोग हैं, जिस आधार पर वो अपने आप को सुपीरियर सिद्ध करना चाहते, मैन भी और कास्ट भी और क्लास भी, उसको गांधी चैलेंज कर रहा था। ये गोडसे और उस समूह से आने वाले लोग ने पहचान लिया था, इसीलिए वो उसको मार रहे थे, उन लोगों को मार दिया। थैंक यू, थैंक्स फादर फॉर काइंड इनविटेशन, थैंक्स टू यू। अब मेरी तरफ से कुछ नहीं है, इफ यू वांट टू वाइंड अप देन वी कैन वाइंड अप।
Thank you so much, sir, for
Thank you so much,
explaining.
sir, for explaining.
It's the ending of
It's
our
the
program,
ending
so
of
I
our
would
program,
request
so I will
our
request
HOD of
our
History
HOD of
Department
History
to
Department to
deliver his vote of
deliver his
thanks.
vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ritika.
Thank you,
Uh,
Ritika.
a very warm good
A
afternoon
very
to
warm good
Father
afternoon to
Principal, a
Father
very warm good
Principal, a very
afternoon
warm good
to Sir
afternoon to
Nishikant,
Sir
and Sir,
Nishikant,
welcome
and
to the
Sir,
Department
welcome
of
to the
History of
Department of
Holy Cross College,
History of Holy Cross
Agartala.
College, Agartala. Uh,
First of all,
First of
I
all,
want to
I
start
want to
my vote of
start
thanks
my
with a
vote of
personal note.
thanks
I'm not going to take
with a
much
personal
time.
note. I'm not going to take much
Actually, I
time.
want to make it
Actually, I
very
want
clear
to make it
to the
very
August
clear
gathering
to
that
the August
me, Sir
gathering that
Subhash,
me,
and
Sir
Madam
Subhash,
Sushmita
and
is
Madam
here
Sushmita is
today
here
trying to
today,
be a teacher
trying to be a
is
teacher,
partly because
is
of Sir
partly
Nishikant.
because of Sir
When I was
Nishikant.
doing my
When
master
I was
degree, Sir
doing my
Subhash
master
was
degree,
doing
Sir
his master
Subhash was
degree, and
doing his
Madam
master
Sushmita
degree, and
was
Madam
doing her
Sushmita was doing
IMD
her
course.
IMD
It
course.
is because
It
of
is
Sir's
because of
teaching,
Sir's
Sir's
teaching, Sir's
inspiration, Sir's
inspiration,
inspiring
Sir's
talks,
inspiring
which has
talks, which
motivated all
has
of three of
motivated all
us,
of
and
three
others
of
are also
us, and
there.
others are also there.
And we decided
And
to
we
become a
decided to
teacher.
become a
And
teacher.
a
And
huge credit
a huge
for
credit
this
for
particular
this
contribution
particular
goes to Sir
contribution goes
Nishikant,
to Sir
and we will
Nishikant,
be forever
and we will be
grateful to you,
forever
sir,
grateful to you,
on our
sir,
at our
on our
personal level.
at our personal
Uh,
level.
I know, sir,
I know,
we
sir,
were supposed to have
we
this
were
lecture on
supposed to
30th of
have on
January, but
30th
because
of
of some
January, but
technical
because of some
reasons, we were not
technical
able to
reasons,
do
we were
that.
not able to do
I
that.
know
I
personally
know
how much
personally
valuable your
how much
time is.
valuable your time is.
We are extremely sorry
We are
from our side that
extremely
we were not able to
sorry
keep
from
our
that we were
promise at the
not able
first
to
date,
keep
but
our
today
promise
we
at the
have
first
somehow
date, but
successfully
today we have
organized this
somehow
special
successfully
lecture.
organized this
We
special
are very
lecture.
grateful to you, sir,
We are
for your
very grateful
time,
to you,
and
sir,
I
for your
sincerely
time,
hope
and
that,
I
sir, we are
sincerely
going
hope
to
that, sir, we are
continue
going
to
to
have your blessings in the futures
continue to
also
have
whenever we will
futures
seek
also
your
whenever
assistance
we
and
will seek
guidance
your
and your
assistance and
expertise,
guidance
sir,
and
in the
your
area of Gandhian
expertise, sir,
studies.
in the area of
Uh,
Gandhian studies.
this
Uh,
is I also
this
want to
is
tell my
I
students
also
is
want to
that
tell my students
actually
is that
those students
actually
of the
those
Department of
students
History,
of the
as
Department of
we at
History,
Holy Cross
as
College,
we at
we
Holy Cross
always
College,
inspire us
we
our
always
students to
inspire our
grow
students to grow
academically, grow as a
academically,
human
grow as a
being,
human,
and these are some
and
of the very
these
good
are some of the
opportunities
very
from
good
where you can
opportunities
learn
from where you can
how
learn
the higher education
how
functions
the higher
actually.
education
Okay,
functions
so
actually.
this is
Okay,
the
so
real
this is
discussion of
the
history.
real
In
discussion of
history,
history.
we do
In
not only
history,
deal with
not
discussing the
only deal
facts.
discussing
Obviously,
the
there are
facts.
historical
Obviously,
facts,
there are
and in
historical
Sir
facts,
Nishikant's lecture
and in
also there
Sir
are a
Nishikant
lot of
lecture, there are a
historical
lot of
facts.
historical
But see
facts.
how,
But
in a
see
very beautiful
how,
and
in a very
systematic logical
beautiful and
fashion,
systematic
Sir
logical
has
fashion,
actually
Sir has
created a very
actually
beautiful,
created a
actually
very
garland
beautiful
of historical
garland of
facts, and he's
historical
tried to build
facts,
up
and he tried to
arguments,
build up
historical argument.
arguments,
He
historical
used
arguments. He
psychoanalysis,
used
which is a very
psychoanalysis,
integral
which is
part
a
of
very integral
humanities and
part
social
of
science
humanities and
studies.
social
And he also
studies,
used
and he also used
historical methods to do an
historical
in-depth
methods to
analysis
an
of
in-depth
the assassination
analysis
of
of
Mahatma
the
Gandhi.
assassination of
And we
Mahatma Gandhi,
must
and
learn this
we
art
must learn
from
this art
lectures of
from
this kind,
lectures
which has
of
been just
this
delivered
kind, which has been just
by
delivered
Nishikant Sir.
by
And
Nishikant
actually,
sir,
this
and
is
actually this
real
is
discussion
real
of history.
history.
That is how we have to
That is
debate,
how
we
we
have
have
to
to
argue, we
debate,
have
we
to
have to
ask
argue, we have
questions,
to ask
and
questions,
we also have
and
to
we
search
also
the
have to
answers.
search
The
the answers.
whole
The
reason I
whole
was trying
reason
to
I
have this
was
online
trying to
lecture
have this
is
online
to
lecture
give
is
all the
give
students of
all the
Department of
students of
History
Department of
what
History
the real
what
history is.
real
A
history is.
simple
A
test.
simple
I
test.
don't know how many of you were able to
I don't know how
understand.
many of you were
I
able to
must admit
understand.
that, sir,
I
at
must
certain
admit that,
points,
sir,
I
at
also
certain
find
points, I also
little bit
find
difficult to
little bit
understand, to
difficult to
comprehend
understand, to
certain
comprehend
argument of yours because it was highly intellectual, and I also struggled. I admit Whatever shortcoming I am having, I must admit. And sir, thank you, sir, once again for taking me to a class. After a very long time, I found myself in a class, and a very long class for almost 1 hour 40-minute class, which I used to have in my master degree. Thank you, sir, for that. Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you. Thanks to father for invitation and
Yeah,
thanks to kids.
yeah,
Okay, thanks
yeah,
to history department.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, bye.
Then I also would like to, yes, then I also would like to thank our respected father principal, because whenever we go to father principal, he always welcomes our proposals and supports us in all possible directions, and he also provides all kinds of mental assistance we need to organize the programs. I am very much thankful to father principal, Dr. Father Benike John CSC, for giving us this platform to organize this wonderful online lecture. Then I also want to thank my colleagues, Madam Sushmita, Sir Subhash, and Madam Smita, for their cooperation and organizing this online lecture in a very beautiful fashion. Then I also want to thank Sumanto Babu, who is the technical assistant of our college, who has assisted us immensely in organizing all this technical stuff. I always say to my students, we are from history, we deal with past, we are not good with technologies. So I had a great support from Sir Sumanto in arranging all these things. And also I want to thank Ritika for doing a very wonderful responsibility of anchoring this online special lecture. And lastly, I want to thank all my students that they have honored the invitation we have sent to Sir Nishikant, because I was telling Madam Sushmita today morning itself, if there will be less students, I am going to feel very ashamed in front of Sir Nishikant. But the students have kept my honor to Sir Nishikant, and they have shown up in full attendance. I also want to thank my students. I hope that in the future lectures, my students are going to be little bit more attentive, and that is how with time we are sure we are going to grow together. Thank you, Sir Nishikant. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Bye, sir. Bye. Thank you, Father. I guess